Once upon a time, beyond the ocean, lay a land forgotten by time, the Kumari. Kandam, a legendary kingdom said to have hosted one of humanity's most ancient civilizations. One day, it disappeared, sinking into the depths of the ocean in a disaster unimaginable to anyone. For centuries, this lost continent had been mentioned in Tamil folktales before the disaster. Before the disaster, it was a world shimmering with art, science, and culture. So, were these stories merely legends? Some say they were figments of imagination. Some believe there's a grain of truth in these legends, pointing to a forgotten page of human history. What if this is true? What if, after all these years, traces of this lost world are still waiting to be discovered under the sea? Is all this just a story we've made, up to explain something we can't remember? According to Tamil legends, these lands once lay south of India, home to advanced societies. Just like the legend of Atlantis, the Kumari Kandam was wiped off the map by a massive flood, leaving almost no trace behind. The strange thing is that this is not just a tale. In the 19th century, European and American scientists, in order to explain the geological similarities between Africa, Madagascar, Australia, and India, used the term Lemuria to describe the similarities between the two continents. They had proposed the idea of a lost continent called January 10th, 1960, but Tamil intellectuals took this idea a step further, drawing on ancient Tamil and Sanskrit texts and linking lemur, yet to a lost land ruled by the Pandyan dynasty, where their ancestors lived before being submerged by the ocean. In the early 20th century, the idea of Kumari Kandam matured further. Tamil writers took the name Kanda Pranam from the 15th century Tamil epic and replaced it with a name they felt more familiar with, Kumari Kandamla. Thus, Kumari Kandam became a symbol of Tamil pride as a lost continent where the Tamil language and traditions were born. Tamil intellectuals claim that this land hosted the first Tamil literary academies, or sanams, under the leadership of the Pandyan kings. Some even say that the Pandyan kings once ruled all of India and that Tamil culture dates back far beyond even the oldest civilizations we know today. Although modern science has refuted the idea of Lemuria with the theory of plate tectonics, which explains the movement of continents over millions of years, the legend of Karak Kandam remains a deep root in Tamil culture for many Tamils. It is not only a myth, but also a symbol of lost history, like Atlantis in Western culture. But the story doesn't end there. According to Tamil legends, when the Kumari Kandam sank to the bottom of the ocean, the survivors didn't simply vanish. They dispersed around the world, influencing other human civilizations. There's another layer to the Kumari Kandam legend. Its connection to Adam's Bridge. This series of limestone shoals, also known as Rama Bridge or Ramasetu, stretches for approximately 30 kilometers along the Pak Strait, connecting India and Sri Lanka. This place has fascinated both historians and scientists. At first glance, it seems like a natural formation, a quirk of geology, but NASA's photographs have revealed something that makes one think it almost resembled a sunken bridge. According to the ancient Hindu texts Ramayana, this is no ordinary rock formation. Legend has it that this is the very road that Lord Rama and his army of Van Eris built to reach Lanka. The story goes like this. Rama, with the help of his local allies, built this bridge across the sea to rescue the demon king Ravana. This is an incredible feat, recorded by a combination of divine and human effort. A bridge that spans the ocean, said to have been built in a short time, is truly fascinating. But what is truly fascinating is how this legendary bridge connects with the story of Kumari Kandam. Tamil cultural scholars believe that Adam's Bridge may be a remnant of an ancient Tamil civilization that once spanned vast lands and seas. The theory is that if there is any truth to the story of Rama's bridge, then Kumari Kandam may have been part of this larger landmass that connected the regions beyond the bridge. Even today, Adam's Bridge is a hotly debated point among scientists and historians. Some argue that it is a natural formation shaped by ocean currents and sediments, while others suggest it may be one of the oldest man-made structures, a masterpiece of ancient engineering. However, for many, this bridge is not just a geological enigma, but a relic that connects them to the mysterious waters of their heritage and the possibility that Kumari Kandam may be real. They even claim it is evidence of this. Now, let's travel back in time. In ancient Tamil and Sanskrit literature, there are whispers of lost cities and cultural origins in a land swallowed by the sea in South India. One of the earliest records dates back to the end of 1000 AD. Naker mentions a tsunami-like tidal tributary that destroyed the Pandian lands. However, this was no ordinary land. It was the home of the Pandian kings, the first Sangams that became the cornerstone of Tamil culture. So, whether you look at it as history, mythology, or something in between, the Kumari Kandam and the story of Adam's Bridge may well be related. According to N.A.K. Karar, the first Sangam reached the legendary city of Tenmadur. Incredibly, it lasted 4,400 years. But then nature intervened, and the rising ocean swallowed Tenmadur along with countless works of art and knowledge. Undaunted, the Tamils established a second Sangam, where 59 poets kept Tamil culture alive for another 3,700 years. But the ocean once again took its due. Finally, the three Sangams found a home in Uttaramadurai and survived for another 1,850 years. Now, let's move on to the 19th century. European scientists began to propose the theory of a lost continent called Lemuria to explain the similarities in plant and animal life in India, Madagascar, and Africa. This theory takes its name from the British zoologist Philip Scudder, who proposed the existence of a vast landmass connecting these regions before sinking into the ocean millions of years ago. In 1873, this idea even entered Indian geography textbooks and sparked considerable interest among Tamil scholars. 12 years later, Charles D. Maclean linked Lemuria directly to Tamil history, suggesting it was the birthplace of Dravidian culture. Bolstered by the belief of thinkers like Ernst Haeckel that Asia might be the origin of humanity, Lemuria began to circulate in Tamil intellectual circles. Soon, this western continent, Tamil Nadu, was also reimagined as a Tamil homeland that existed before the dawn of time. This idea spread rapidly. In 1908, Kumari Kandam was incorporated into the curriculum at Madras University through texts by Sundar P. Emphasizing this connection, Paridi Markalig Nar K. Vizis, Veda Madar, and others followed, each further embedding the Kumari Kandam story into the Tamil identity. In 1971, the Tamil Nadu government officially recognized Kumari Kandam. He even formed a committee to document Tamil history, embracing it. 10 years later, textbooks still mentioned these lost lands and portrayed them as a powerful symbol of Tamil heritage. Some even called Kumari Kandam the Atlantis of India. We've all heard the legend of Atlantis from Greek mythology and movies. Kumari Kandam tells a similar story. An advanced civilization flourishes and then suddenly disappears. Is there any truth to this? The Kumari Kandam story doesn't. And with Naker A.R., the poet Elong Agal, the ancient Tamil epic Gun Paddy Karam, picks up where Naker left off. He describes the powerful lands that nourish the region south of Kanyakumari, through which the Pahi and Kumari rivers flow, ruled by the main king E and 49 vassal kings. Some geological studies indicate that sea levels were as much as 150 meters lower about 14,500 years ago. Even 10,000 years ago, sea levels were about 100 meters lower than they are today. This means that the areas we now think of as underwater were once sea-dwelling. This means that there may have been land bridges connecting India to Sri Lanka and possibly even Africa. Over time, as the world warmed and the ice melted, sea levels rose and floods and tsunamis may have submerged entire regions, including Kandam. Making matters even more interesting, it suggests that it may be hiding small pieces of western land called continents. While it cannot be definitively said whether Kandam is real or not, geological evidence suggests that there may be some truth to the idea that ancient lands once existed submerged in the sea in this region. Marine archaeology also offers intriguing clues. In the 1980s, the ruins of Puarbadi, an ancient Chola port city off the coast of Tamil Nadu, were discovered, suggesting that a real history lies beneath the waves. Then, in 2002, underwater surveys near Mamallapuram revealed structures resembling shipyards dating back to the late Ottoman era, approximately 11,000 years ago. These findings suggest that these discoveries may be evidence of an ancient Tamil-speaking land lost beneath the ocean. Some Tamil scholars suggest that these discoveries may be the cause of national interest in Tamil history. They claim that it has been overlooked or neglected because of its shift towards Sanskrit heritage instead. Tamil scholars and history enthusiasts seeking more answers have called for public interest litigation in the Tamil Nadu and Puteri High Courts to continue the research. They see these petitions as a step towards restarting studies on marine archaeology, which was abruptly halted without any clear reason. Many believe that Kandam also deserves the same attention to finally uncover the truth of its existence, as sites like Chan Alar and Kaladi have been studied. Then there are the tracks. They wholeheartedly believe that Kandam is not only an ancient land, but also an isolated utopian society free from external influences. They claim that Kandam is often imagined as a pure, unspoiled Tamil world, unlike modern Tamil society, which is influenced by Indo-Aryan influences such as the caste system and some superstitions. They believe this disconnection from the rest of the world explains why Kandam lacks the disjunction seen in later Tamil society. The former editor-in-chief of the Tamil Etymological Dictionary Project, Kandam, stated that 50,000 BC suggested that it may have existed around 16,000 BC and sank around 16,000 BC. He determined these dates using dating methods taught by his mentor D. Vinyapan. While such dates are difficult to verify, they have strengthened the idea that the Kandam was an ancient and unique Tamil civilization that existed in isolation from the rest of the world for thousands of years. They argue that this isolation may have been due to this isolation. However, some Tamil texts from the later Sangam periods display Sanskrit terms, suggesting external influence. This has led some scholars to argue that the purity of Tamil culture has diminished over time. Then there is the connection with South India. Another group of believers say that the Kandam is not just a story of a sunken land, but also has a deep connection with present-day South India. These believers also claim a direct connection to the coastal city of Kanyakumari at the very tip of Tamil Nadu. They also argue that Tanya, Kumari, and indeed all of Tamil Nadu were once part of this ancient land. Some even go so far as to suggest that the entire South Indian subcontinent and even all of India are connected to the Kumari Kanda, and that the Tamil people are part of this vast land. They claim to be indigenous to the land. During the British era, Kanyakumari was part of the Tavano province, which later merged with Kerala. However, Tamil leaders strongly argued that Kanya Kumari belonged to the Tamil Nadu. Kumari Kandam played a key role in this campaign, and perhaps they may be right. You see, the legend of Kumari Kandam is one of those fascinating stories that blend historical mythology and a strong sense of cultural verse. However, this all began to gain momentum in 1903 when Sundaram P. mentioned it in his Tamil Mosi Viral. Kumari Kandam proposed that the ancient forefathers were the ancestors of all humanity. Shortly thereafter, writers like Pingan Pei and Murray Malay took this idea and developed it, propagating the belief that Kumar Kandam was the first homeland of all humans. By 1917, Abraham Pundit went even further, declaring that Lemuria, another Western continent mentioned by geologists at the time, was the cradle of humanity and the first language spoken in Tamil. Can you imagine civilization beginning with Tamil as the so-called universal language? A sunken land. Over the course of a century, the theory not only faded away, but also gained more traction over the years. In 1927, he proposed that after the sinking of the Pern Lingam Pillai Kumari, Canada survivors moved northward, establishing the Indus Valley civilization. By the 1940s, Kandai Pillai, Kumari Kandam was drawing maps showing how people supposedly spread throughout the world. In 1953 Arnedo Cezanne argued that the roots of civilization spread from South India to the Indus Valley and from there to ancient cultures such as Sumer, Egypt, Africa, and Greece. There is some truth to this. The Maoris of East Africa are so similar to India that it is hard to believe that the Indian subcontinent is not even part of Asia. Mauritius's religious demographics are almost identical to those of India, with Hinduism being the main religion. Its currency, the Mauritius, is written in Tamil, Hindi, and English. Another country in Suriname, the Netherlands, has a thriving Indian community for centuries. Just as Sanskrit texts say, it is as if a group of people were the world's specific civilizations. A country that migrated to its regions, stayed there, and integrated into society so completely that it never went to India, acquired a Tamil or Indian culture. The Kumari Kandam legend, whether real or imaginary, reminds us that history is a single narrative. It is a complex fabric formed by the coming together of beliefs and perspectives of different cultures. Kumari Kandam will continue to be an important part of the Tamil identity and imagination, which may never be concretely proven. This lost continent leads us to question the mysteries of the past, the origins of humanity, and the possible existence of forgotten civilizations. The Kumari Kandam story emphasizes the power of cultural heritage and collective memory. A legend can shape a people's identity, inspire them, and even guide political movements. For Tamils, Kumari Kandam is not just a lost land, but also a symbol of belonging, pride, and longing. Kumari Kandam may be a submerged continent or utopia living in the minds of the people. But one thing is certain, this legend will continue to live on in the culture of the people and in the imagination of humanity. Just like Atlantis, Kumari Kandam reminds us that there may be many more secrets waiting to be discovered, and that the past is a treasure trove of history. Music reminds me that it can shed light on the future,